All right, guys. So I'm going to tell you about the dream that I had. So it was kind of like this deja vu prophecy dream. So deja vu meaning like I arrived at the scene, like in my dream, and I just knew what was going to happen. It was almost like, I guess it was kind of like I had a vision. I had a vision of what would happen at this house, but I proceeded just in case it didn't happen. So some friends and I showed up at this really nice house, and immediately I was given a vision or deja vu about what would happen here. It was this feeling as if I already knew what would happen, yet we still walked into the house. I had my own room and portion of the house. Literally, my back porch went out to this really nice green field. So I'm going to move my camera up here. So this really nice green field would be like around here. And it was kind of like, yeah, it had like the trees up. So this picture is perfect for what it looked like. So my room was probably right here. So it was a huge house. My room was right here. And it was like we were only there for like the weekend because we were there to see my friends' like parents. So then my other friends were like, one person had their room right here. Another person had their room back here. Parents had their rooms back there. Anyways, all right. So, my room was on the left side of the house. My room was on the left side of the house as shown in this picture. And the next morning I was like here. So I was here. I was just like, I remember looking outside at the green yard back here and just thinking like how beautiful it looked. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so lucky to be here. I remember going outside and seeing how beautiful the green grass was and how this side of that house was pretty much mine. Then we started to leave one night. So the outside was flooded near the pool. So we started to leave one night. The outside was flooded near the pool. So we started to leave. So I was walking through the house over here. And then my roommate, who was over here, is walking through the house as well. So we were all like meeting up around here. We were exiting through this entryway, walking alongside the pool just right here, because then we were going to exit through here. So the outside was flooded near the pool. So the pool is like right here on the side of the house, exactly like in this picture. And but it was starting to flood outside. So it was like raining, it was like flooding, or the pool was like overflowing. So it was just flooding in this area. So I started walking out here regardless, because we were getting some bad feelings within the house. So the outside was flooded near the pool, and I felt as if this was the moment the Jaws attack would be. So when I first arrived at the house, I had a vision of my friend being like, eaten up by a shark. So as we were leaving, a couple of days later, I felt as if this was the moment the Jaws attack would be. So I started running towards the gate. So I started running out here, like alongside of this pool right here. And then the gate, there's actually, in my dream, there was a gate around here. And I started running towards the gate. But then I stopped. As I was almost free, I saw my friend on the left. So I was right here at the gate. I was almost free. I saw my friend on the left. So she was here, like in the pool. She was tied up in a boat near the edge of the pool, like around here, closest to the gate that I was at. So she was right here. Initially, when I had the vision was like the shark attack happened right here in my vision. So she was right here, but I could have been free, but I ran to go untie her. First, I untied one of her legs, then went to untie one of her arms. As I untied her right leg, she was able to then untie her left leg. Then when I untied her right arm, she was able to untie her left arm. As she was finishing up untying her left arm to be free, I looked up real fast and saw two adults standing near the door of the house. So I was untying her right here, and I looked up. I looked over in this direction, right here, and I saw the two adults standing right there. It looked to be like it was like her parents. I didn't know the people, but it was like my friend's parents. I looked up real fast and saw two adults standing there near the door of the house, happy that their daughter was free. So I got her free, and then I looked over at them, and they appeared like happy. So I was the only brave one to untie her. Nobody else was brave enough to like help her. Probably I was brave enough to help her because I didn't see the shark yet. Like I couldn't see the shark anywhere. We then ran through the gate safe and sound. So then as I untied her, I looked up, I saw that the parents were happy. And as soon as I looked down, she was free. She had untied herself. And then, so it happened really fast. And then we ran through this gate and closed the gate. Our guy friend saw that we escaped safely. So this gave him the courage to rollerblade to the gate as well. He got to the gate, and this is when I told him to jump over the gate. I was like, hey, dude, yeah, just jump over the gate, just like step over the gate. So why did I have a vision of only me escaping and my friends not making it out alive? At first, I thought this was just a nightmare. Then I realized dreams are just visions of the most likely outcome of the future. But visions of the future can change based on people's decisions. And I realized this because I read the Law of One books, and in the Law of One books, it talks about prophecies. It talks about how, some prophecies, one person in the Bible named Moses, his prophecies actually came through from the Orions. The Orions are negative entities. Negative entities are demons. So yes, some people, their visions can be influenced by demons. So why was Moses influenced by demons? Well, he had the 10 commandments. Thou shalt not do this. Thou shalt not do that. Thou shalt not do this. Well, that's from the negative entities. That's from demons, because it's the negative entities that tell people to not do this, to not do that. People have free will. So when you tell someone don't do this, don't do that, you're infringing on their free will. The positive entities, which are angels, or humans who could choose the positive polarity in this lifetime, us humans could choose the positive polarity, which would be service to others. So in this lifetime, I've already chosen service to others. And then the fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh entities, then I'll spend the rest of my soul evolution going towards the, positive polarity, which would be the positive density of aliens. Yeah, some people don't believe in aliens, but they exist. We're going to hear about it soon in this world. So it's going to come out eventually. And people see UFOs all the time. Like, come on. Humans aren't the only, there's so many planets, and people can't be oblivious to think that humans are the only ones who exist here. So, yeah, we're not the only ones who exist here. Anyways, so the Law of One is channeled by an entity called Ra, which is a 6th density social memory complex. 6th density is angels or archangels. They're the positive density beings. Because negative entities can't enter 6th density. 6th density is only positive densities. Same with Metatron. Metatron is an angel or an archangel because Metatron is a 6th density entity. So the Law of One is from angels. Angels are channeling through. All right. So how my deja vu prophecy changed from my initial vision that I saw when I arrived at the place. After the dream, I realized my deja vu or vision of the future changed based off of my actions. When I was running to the gate, I turned and helped to untie my friend. This was me risking my life to save her. I believe that the reason my vision showed only me escaping and a shark eating my friends was because if I would have been scared and escaped through the gate, the shark would have ate my friend tied up in the boat. So, yeah. All right. Law of One mentions prophecy in books 1 and 3 of 5 total books. It states that prophecy is a probability, possibility, vortex. The angels can see that a woman in my dream may go to this house and that a shark in the water can end up eating one of my friends. But based off of choices, the time this happens and the outcome can change. So angels, when they tell us humans, me, for example, a prophecy or a vision, they could tell us a probability, but they may not know the amount of something that could happen or the time that the exact time that it could happen. And based off of our choices, the outcome could change. So, for example, in the books, their example was somebody going to the store and buying cereal. So say someone goes to the store and buys cereal. Somebody could have a prophecy or a vision or a dream of, hey, one day I'm going to go to the grocery store and buy a bunch of cereal. Well, it's going to be different. Like you could either buy 3 boxes, 6 boxes, or all 50 boxes of cereal. It's going to be dependent upon what you choose to do in the moment. So that's a little bit on prophecy. For example, the Deja vu prophecy. I arrived at the house and saw one of my friends being eaten by a shark in the water, and that was only one person would survive, which would be me. The outcome. So that was the prophecy that I had. The outcome. I chose to risk my life and untie my friend. Even though the backyard was flooding, this then saved her life. If I didn't choose to risk my life and untie her, then the shark would have ate her in the pool. That's how that changed. Yeah, that's it. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. That was my dream that I had about the possibility of prophecies, and how it's not always detailed. It's not always going to tell you the exact time it's going to happen. Even Jesus in the Bible, he didn't, turn to one of the disciples and say, hey, you're going to deny me 3 times at exactly 2:22 p.m. in 3 days. Jesus didn't say that. All he said was, you're going to deny me 3 times. He didn't give an exact time. He didn't give an exact place. He didn't give an exact location or where or when this was going to happen. He just said it would happen. And that's exactly what I do now in my dreams. So I believe a lot of prophets, they get their prophecies wrong because they give details that aren't there. They'll be like, okay, so for example, they'll have a vision of, say they have a vision of, they'll hear the word 10 days. And then they'll be like, okay, God only told them 10 days. Or the angels. The prophecies, things that we could hear could also be from angels. So the angels can tell me in my dreams, like, 10 days. That's all I hear. So these other prophets are getting prophecies wrong because they're like, I heard 10 days, but I think it means it's going to be the wealth transfer. In the dream, they didn't hear it's going to be the wealth transfer. So when they add in extra information, because people falsely think you have to know the time, the location, you got to know every single little detail. That's false. Like, that's not true. That's not how prophecy works. And prophecy is even mentioned in the Law of One books, So, all right, guys. I love you guys, and I'm excited to see you guys in the next video. I still have so many videos to do, so many ideas. I can't even keep up with all my ideas. All right, guys. Love you. Bye.